The time has come. Finally, we got errata slash nerf slash the destruction. I don't know what you want to call it, but Mecha Frieza finally got errata'd. It got changed. If you don't know what errata is, I didn't know. You know, that's kind of new to me in certain card games. It's basically a change, permanent change until further notice to a card, whether it be an extra card or a leader card, whatever it may be, that affects the gameplay. And if you didn't know already, I'm just gonna break it down real quick. Mecha Frieza was very annoying because he could use, and you can see it here, you may choose one card in your life and add it to your hand and use an extra card. If it does get reduced to 0, you don't have to pay the cost. There was no limit, there's no once per turn or anything else like that. That's what led to Planet Vegeta's being played over and over again. That's what led to being awakened over and over again on the first turn, and playing Shugesh with the explosive Goku combo and just a bunch of annoying stuff. It's just when you play a Mecha Frieza, I can tell you by experience, if you play one energy and you pass your turn, because you really can't do anything else, you kind of have to be ready for their onslaught. And then they have 10 or 11 cards at first hand, and then they awaken, get more cards, and then they start attacking you. And especially with the GT deck, if you have a Super Saiyan 4, you get to play that turn 2 or whatever it may be, if you have the right cards in your hand. If not, the game doesn't even last more than 4 or 5 turns, not even that. So this was a long time coming. A lot of people really saw this coming, and I was waiting for it so that way I can go out and play tournaments again, because it was just not a good time. Not a good time if you weren't running it, and it was just kind of annoying, getting your ass handing to apes or whatever it may be, and seeing the top 4 just having Mecha Frieza. So either way, if you didn't know already, again, I'm gonna link this to their Facebook because that's where they posted it. It got reduced from any time on your turn, basically, to choose one card from your life to add it to your hand, and reduce the cost of an extra card to your opponent's turn instead. And then on the front side, the unawakened side, you get to use this turn. You get to use this to add a card to your life, or your life to a card from your life to your hand, and you can't use it for the rest of the turn. So very much of a defensive sort of thing instead. And now the other side of it is that you get to choose one card from your life to your hand again, and then reduce the energy of the extra card by 2 for the duration of the turn. If it reduces to less than 1, you get to use it without using energy. So pretty cool. I mean, you're still able to do a lot of cool things with this. You can still use Cold Bloodlust for free, or at least for an extra card, or for a life card. I mean, Raccoon's Blaster for 2 or 3, I forget what it is, and a bunch of other extra cards. A lot of counters, a lot of defensive stuff. So completely changed the leader. I think it completely changed the leader. You're not going to see the same decks. A lot of people who invested that money into those cards to build those decks are going to be a little disappointed. And I'm like, well, it was kind of game breaking. So I mean, come on. It was, come on. I think this is a good thing. It completely changes this leader into a different deck that's a control deck or a defensive deck. A deck that even if you do go against it, you get to build around their yellow cards like Cold Bloodlust and Shugesh and all these other ones. They still have the access to those tools and those cards, and now it has a really good defensive ability and self-awaken ability. And I think other than Ginyu, this is the only yellow leader that you can actually use to self-awaken, so there's always that too. And so now what? Really? Now what? One, this tells us that Bandai is listening. It is obviously on May 1st. They did a whole like 4 or 5 page report saying that it does take an effect on May 1st. So if you're going in tournaments like myself for the next few weeks, you're still gonna see it. You're still gonna see those decks. People are gonna take advantage of it until May 1st, and you're gonna still see that. So. There's the 4 or 5 pages saying like what to counter it. In the meantime, they had a Max Saiyan deck and a Pan deck, and as well as the explanation of why they did this. So, and it kind of says this here. It's like it was getting out of hand, getting out of control. A lot of people, I did see some people saying, since this was posted on Facebook, this might be fake. And if anybody is saying that, just go to cardass.com or Cardass Club, whatever it is, right? Just go there. It's on the DBS card game page, and then queries and whatever it is. If you just go here, put in your email, and then ask them like, hey, is this true? They're gonna get back to you. I've already sent it. I mean, if you want to verify, if you want to confirm it, you can do that. But it's very unlikely that this is fake. It's just their official website. So again, what now? So if MECHA FRIEZA is not going to be on top, who's going to be on top, right? There's a few different leaders that you most likely going to watch out for, and the first one I will say is obviously Masayan, right? There's a lot of builds out there for an aggro, very quick, very take care of business sort of thing. He's a very strong leader in the way of like, dropping cards, using Overwhelm, using its crit, using the 1-drops or 2-drops, using Champa, and there's a lot of different builds that did it. And my personal thing, I used him. I still do use him for a red, blue, black deck, and it was just in an effort to counter MECHA FRIEZA as well, using Mafubas and all this other stuff. I didn't have any Jiren, so that sucks. But that is a very powerful card as well, especially this being a red deck. It's just that I milled so many cards, and it just got so annoying, and that's kind of why I switched over to Pan and Cell. So that's a whole different thing. Masayan, because he is so strong, he's still strong even if you're not playing against MECHA FRIEZA. He doesn't have a board most of the time. He can summon two or three strong people or cards on the deck because of Kill Sword Trunks, because of Haru, because of Topo, that sort of thing, and all kind of synergize as well, especially with his crit almost every turn. So that is definitely one of the ones to look out for. And in my opinion, you're gonna see more of Super Saiyan 3 Goku, at least around my area, my local scene. You do see a lot of Super Saiyan 3s, a lot of people getting creative with Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He is a very versatile leader. He does have that place 6 energy limit. You can't use you can use objections, but you can't use objections past 6 energy. But you still can use the Kais to use as energy, and which is why I'm building a Goku Black deck. More on that later. And because he is so versatile, he still has 3 energy at the end of the turn that you can switch active mode. Just a pumped up kicks version of the starter pack Goku, or starter deck Goku. Too much Dokkan. And it doesn't have a limit. It doesn't say which ones, right? And he's a blue leader. He has a lot of support there, and this is just one of the options for that. And I think this is the top eight of ARG. A few other ones. This guy got first place. I don't know which one of this is. Blue yellow. So not surprising. And then Planet Vegeta. Pretty good actually. I might actually have to check that out because I have a lot of these cards. Anyway, the thing about this is that he can be used for a lot of things. Even I was gonna say Mega Apes, but Super Saiyan 3 Apes is a thing. I'm pretty sure that's gonna be used sometime or another. March of the Great Ape is pretty cool because if you do tap out, you get to untap 3 and then summon 2 and then have Planet Vegeta on there. I mean, come on, the possibilities here are pretty crazy. Same thing for King Cold. This one, and as well as the other 4-drop, is pretty cool because you get to use him as a counter if you do have 4, which you probably will, and then get a revenge on that and then combo it. So there's a lot of different stuff. I'm not gonna go into it, but you're gonna see Super Saiyan 3 and it's gonna be there. It's just gonna be there. And I'm pretty excited to see this because this is more of a better matchup in the quicker quote unquote meta, and it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. All right, the next one are androids before set 3, and even now I think you're gonna see them because personally I'm playing androids. Like I said, I'm playing androids in Pan. Androids is gonna be probably my favorite deck simply because of the cell chain, as well as these guys' awakening early, and as well as
their reduction and boost. It's just a crazy synergy, just crazy good synergy. And this is an old deck, I do believe. It took second place at DBS regionals in Charlotte. That was when only, I think, up to the expansion, the latest expansion, not set 3. So San Jose is going to be the next one. You will see MECHA FRIEZA in San Jose because it is up to May 1st. So hey, I mean, there's not much you can say. But Androids is going to be the next one. I think you're going to see a lot of them. I'm going to make sure of that for myself. But it has gotten first place, top 4, second place, second place. So I mean, it's just so strong. It's just strong as a aggressive deck, control deck with its Android support and KO and hand control. It's just really good. I mean, I would definitely watch out for that. And just a couple of different leaders that you might see that used to be really good, but you don't see too much anymore. I really didn't see Vegeta at all currently. And I've seen a lot of Buhans with Super Saiyan 3. I've seen a lot of Mechas. I've seen a lot of, actually even Dr. Mew I've seen. I'm trying to think of anywhere else. I've seen Bardock being played, the yellow Bardock with apes, but that's even, again, that's same thing. But you will see, you might see Vegeta. I think Vegeta might make a comeback. He does self-awaken and gain critical, and it's similar to Mass Saiyan in the way of like getting critical almost every turn, and then if you have 7 more energy, you get 10,000 power. That's wild right there. A bunch of decks here, a lot of them top 4, top 8, top 16, still pretty damn good. And it seems like a fun deck. I might run a Vegeta deck one time or another just to see how it is, right? And I think he was the draft box, I want to say the first draft box leader. So might want to look out for that. Pan is going to be another one. You don't see too many of them because she hasn't been out too long. You might see her in San Jose. You might see her in locals. My opinion, she is very, very fun to play, and be able to use and abuse her awakening. I mean, it's just crazy. I got so much planned for her. This is crazy. I just need some Jirens, maybe some Jirens. The promo Gohan right here. And it'll be good. But I mean, anything outside of this, maybe even bodyguard Logic, I don't even want to run him. Kind of ruins the synergy of the deck, and I'm all about that. Anyway, I think Pan is definitely going to be one of those, and it's just because of the draw power, the simple draw power. She is a active 2 when you awaken, so you could play Grand Tour, you play the Chain Attack Trunks, you awaken, untap 2, do whatever you want to do after that. You draw again for her. It's just crazy. And the other thing about the cell chain, you might see a good little counter to Pan, because she's all about draw power, but she can play a lot of cards in one turn. So it all kind of it's like a rock paper scissors. It's becoming that. It's not mecha rock paper scissors or mecha versus everything. This is where it's gonna go, and I'm very happy about that. I don't think I have too many other ones. Frieza used to be played quite a lot. He's more of control as well, because I would say it's like mid range of anything. I don't play too much. I've played a few Frieza decks from friends. Can't say too much about this, but you might see Frieza. And then Mira has access to a lot of Android support. I think this is this is Crossroads. Yeah, this is kind of one of the builds that you might be able to play with yellow, which is kind of cool because he does have yellow or green. You do get the draw. Still pretty cool. And I mean, this isn't a deck that I would probably play, but it still does have Cell Chain, still does have Android, still does have great Android. I would personally play I was gonna say Android 14 for a little bit more control, but I think he has to be, I'm gonna have to look that up. I think it has to be green Android, but it's all right. And then a couple of the Pan decks. I think this is the one I built, but I haven't showed off yet. Yeah, that's really about it. Oh yeah, right. Vegito. I was looking at Vegito decks as well, just to take a look. But Vegito, I think, is kind of slept on because he is pretty strong. He does have a lot of strong cards. Yeah, it does take a little while to get up your bigger cards, but when you do, it is just crazy. I think it is. This man had anti-meta. Okay, this guy has. Get me out of here. Okay. Anyway, Matt saying Super Saiyan 3 Goku, androids, and Pan are gonna be the ones to look out for. And I personally think, you know, Matt saying Super Saiyan 3 is probably gonna be the most competitive, and then androids. But we'll see. If anything, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. This is just opinion. This is just very subjective, right? This is my take on it. I want to hear your take. Comment, like, subscribe if you're not already. I mean, you don't have to, but it'd be really nice. It'd be really nice. Either way, I'll see you next time. Later.